musst du mir versprechen. Bitte. Versprich es. Oh.
Hallo Leute, ich bin Mary und willkommen auf meinem Kanal. Hello everybody, my name is Mary. If you're new to my channel, I make a video every single day. So hit that subscribe button and push notifications on so you never miss a video. Also, I want to mention my Patreon because I do have extra content, behind the scenes, bonus footage and early access on my Patreon. So check it out, link is in the bio if you're interested. I'm really excited to jump into this episode. I don't really know what to expect. In the last episode, we saw Jonas jump into this loophole, which is crazy. This loophole has been created by Adam and his team, the Sigmundus. It bypasses the 33-year cycle, so it takes you to any point in time that you wish. And Jonas is going back to the day before his dad takes his own life. I'm really hoping that this is what we see, this is what we go to, because everything else that was revealed in episode 5 was just really sad. I mean, we could totally see what happens to the older Ulrich and Mikkel in 1986. I would enjoy that as well, but I definitely think I need a break from that. That was really, really hard to watch, really emotional stuff. Also the revelation of Charlotte's dad being Noah, super emotional stuff. And yeah, I'm excited to see what this episode is all about. Let's get into it. Oh my God. God. He's starting to notice. He's starting to notice.
Später. Wolltet ihr nicht zum See?
Grandma, Grandpa.
Martha und Magnus sind schon lange los. Ultimate Fistbar?
Ultimate
Du
Fistbar.
fasst die kleine Pestbolle da hinten bloß nicht an, der hat die Rücke.
His dad.
Wo ist denn dein Fahrrad? Sollen wir dich mitnehmen? Na dann bis heute Abend.
Ich kenne mindestens eine Person, die sich besonders
I know one
freut.
person
Die heißt nicht
and
Magnus.
it's not Magnus.
Ulrich, bitte.
Wieso? Ist doch kein Geheimnis, dass
It's
Martha
no
voll in den
secret
verschlossen
Martha's
ist.
nuts
Hör
about it.
auf. Komm, wir nehmen dich mit und setzen dich an sie an.
We'll drop you off.
Ganz in Ordnung, wirklich. Gut.
Okay.
Also dann bis später, Romeo.
Wolltest du nicht gehen?
Wie kann man Zeit haben, wenn sie eindeutig dich hat?
Das ist irgendwie anders.
Yeah, you're creepier.
Ich wollte dir noch was sagen. Das will ich dir schon lange sagen. Ich finde, wir beide passen perfekt zusammen.
Oh my goodness.
Denk nie was anderes.
Never think anything else. Wow. You know what? I ship John and Danny, and I don't hate this. I really don't. I'm trying. I tried, and I don't hate this. I do wonder what Martha would feel about this all if she actually knew what was going on. Like, obviously Jonas has come to terms with it. This is a year on, he's done a bit of time traveling, he's figured out that yeah, Martha is his aunt, and he's fine with it. But I want to know what Martha would think of it.
Ich muss pinkeln.
Du, mach doch einfach schnell am Baum.
Kann er bei euch mal aufs Klo?
How haunting.
Hallo. Da kommt er wieder.
She recognizes that little boy.
Das ist gleich gegenüber der Eingangstür.
The two Mikkels in one house. Is he gonna talk to his younger self and tell him not to go to that cave or something? Because that's what I'd do. If I knew that date was coming up, that is what I'd do. Why would you stand there? Oh my God. That is so creepy. Oh my God, way to creep your younger self out. Why?
Was?
Oh my God.
Ich
Imagine
habe
that.
ich etwas gehört.
Wow.
Bist du nicht eigentlich bei den Nielsens?
Seeing his dad for the first time in over a year. Oh. Oh.
Ist alles gut? Was ist denn mit deinem Haar? Ich weiß es. Was weißt du? Ich weiß alles.
Oh, wow.
Was? Ultimate Fist Bump.
Oh, you're not alone, Mikkel. See, you don't have to do this.
Warum hast du das gerade gesagt? Weil ich es weiß, Papa. Ich weiß alles. Ich weiß, dass dein richtiger Name Mikkel Nielsen ist. Es ist okay.
It's okay.
Ich weiß es, verdammte Scheiße. Ich weiß, dass du dich am Atelier hängen wirst. Hast du den Brief schon geschrieben? Welchen Brief? Den Brief, den du an mich schreibst. Nicht an mich, an mein jüngeres Ich.
Why he doesn't seem to know what's going?
Der, auf dem steht, dass man nicht vor dem 4. November 22:13 Uhr öffnen soll.
Unless he's
Exakt in der Minute, in der du verschwindest. Papa, du musst es mir versprechen. Bitte. Versprich es.
Oh.
Ich habe darüber nachgedacht, was du uns je gesagt hast.
Über Omas und das Internet?
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll take it. I think this is the moment that they keep reminiscing about.
Wie hast du da die Passage gefunden? Jemand hat sie mir gezeigt.
Someone showed it to me.
Wer? Du.
What?
Wir waren bei den Höhlen. Hast du siehst. Gib mir einfach den Beutel.
Bartosz, she's just such a piece.
Wir waren uns alle sicher, da ist jemand. Los! Wir sind gerannt. Das habe ich nicht verloren. Ich habe mich umgedreht und du warst weg. Aber dann warst du plötzlich wieder da.
Oh my god.
Schnell.
That's Jonas with
Hier
the...
lang. Du hast gesagt, da ist etwas im Wald. Etwas Böses. Und dass wir zur Höhle zurück müssen. Du hast mich den ganzen Weg bis zur Tür gebracht.
Oh
Und durch den Tunnel. Ich hatte solche Angst.
Oh my god.
Du hast meinen Arm gehalten. Und dann hast du gesagt, wir müssen hier bleiben. Die ganze Nacht. Aber wenn es morgen ist, dann ist alles gut. Und als ich aufgewacht bin, warst du weg. Ich habe die ganzen Jahre versucht zu verstehen, warum du das gemacht hast. Aber dann ist das alles irgendwann verblasst. Unwirklicher geworden, wie im Traum.
I can't believe that.
Aber das ist unmöglich. Ich habe das nie getan. Ich habe mich heute gesehen. Mikkel. Es kommt alles zurück. Diese Jacke, du. Als ob sich alles fügt. Vielleicht bist du gar nicht hier, um mich aufzuhalten. Sondern mir überhaupt erst zu zeigen, was ich tun muss.
Oh god, I feel
Brief nur
sick.
gezeigt, damit ich weiß, was darin steht, damit ich hier und du lebst. Nein, das kann nicht sein. Das kann nicht sein. Er hat mir gesagt, dass ich den Ursprung verändern kann. Wenn du dich nicht umbringst, wird nichts von alledem passieren. Aber wenn mir das nicht passiert, dann wirst du nicht geboren. Und vielleicht ist deine Rolle in all dem viel größer, als du denkst. Was vielleicht nicht nur eine Teil des riesigen Geschwürs, das viel größer ist, als wir uns alle vorstellen können.
So Mikkel never sought out to kill himself. He did it for his son.
Ich habe lange auf diesen Moment gewartet, dass wir uns wiedersehen.
Gehörst du zu Adam?
Da draußen gibt es zwei Seiten. Er ist der Schatten. Ich folge nicht ihm, sondern der Seite des Lichts. Er hat dich exakt hierhin geführt, um genau alles wieder so auszulösen, wie es immer passiert ist.
Nein, das kann nicht sein.
Oh, Adam.
Adam will das auch.
Nein, das will er nicht. Nur du allein kannst all dem ein Ende setzen.
Was soll das heißen?
Wir sind in einem Krieg. Und du musst ihn gegen dich selber führen. Gegen Adam.
Aber wenn es mich nicht gibt, wenn ich nicht geboren werde, dann kann es Adam auch nicht geben.
Ich habe die Welt ohne dich gesehen.
Oh, wow.
Glaub mir. Sie ist nicht das, was du erwartest.
So regardless
Es
of
gibt
whether
Momente im
Jonas
Leben,
is
da muss man verstehen, dass die
alive or
Entscheidungen
not,
jemand
it goes
nicht
on.
nur das eigene Schicksal angehen.
Ist das jetzt die Apokalypse?
I know this.
Ich hab's mir irgendwie lauter vorgestellt. Greller.
Oh my god, this is all happening again. Whilst Katharina is sleeping with her sick son and, you know, Hannah's future husband, Ulrich and Hannah's affair begins. And I always thought that the affair started after Mikkel committed suicide, but it doesn't look to be that way.
Ich hätte dir die Dinge sehr gerne früher erklärt.
Oh, it's happening all
Aber
over
ich hoffe,
again.
wenn du verstanden hast, wie alles...
Wow, even Adam's kept the penny necklace.
Dieser Welt.
Wir alle müssen ihn verbringen, Magnus.
Magnus? That's the older Magnus? They get involved in it too? Okay, that episode was literally my favorite episode out of all of the dark episodes that I have ever watched up until this very point. Number one episode, this has been it. I absolutely loved the beginning to the end of it. It's gonna be so hard to cut this reaction down because I feel like I reacted to the entire thing. I want to talk about a few things. The biggest WTF moment for me was the revelation of Michael Kahnwald, not necessarily wanting to have committed suicide that particular night. Up until this very point, we all thought that he killed himself because he was depressed, because he didn't belong in the world, which is all true. There was even a point that I thought maybe the affair with Ulrich and Hannah began before Michael killed himself, and Michael, aka Mikkel, was witnessing his father have sex with his wife. I thought, okay, maybe that's a possibility as to why it drove him to that point. But now we know the beginning of the Hannah and Ulrich affair. It began at Ulrich and Katharina's Anna-freaking-versary. Jesus, like worst thing that you could ever do in your marriage, Ulrich and Hannah, both pieces of shit. And we know that actually Jonas was the one that took his dad to the cave, showed him the door. He's the reason why this whole thing started. Also, I remember the older Jonas saying to Charlotte that Claudia used him. So I don't know if the older Jonas is referring to this particular moment or if this particular moment is the first of many moments that Claudia used Jonas. At this point, I don't know who to believe. I don't know if Claudia is trying to make some shit up about Adam. I don't know if Adam is trying to make some shit up about Claudia. Obviously they both hate each other. Obviously the older Claudia is back because this is a point in the timeline where she was alive. I think if Claudia is bad, she's definitely the lesser evil. She's not waging a war against time and against God, whereas Adam is. If it were me, I would have gone the path of trying not to exist. I wouldn't particularly trust Claudia. She said, I've seen the world and what it looks like without you in it, and trust me, it's not good. You know, they just met, so I wouldn't trust her. I would still go down that path because it seems like even if he does go down that path, there will be like an alternate timeline where he will exist anyway. Just like Claudia is currently existing, even though in a previous episode we saw her being shot by Noah. I also thought about something that happened in season 1. Jonas initially burnt the letter, but then the letter somehow came back to him. And then I thought, okay, maybe this is the reason why, because slightly older Jonas, so 2020 version of Jonas came back to 2019, showed his dad the letter, maybe he left it, and then Mikkel Kahnwald wrote the letter out again. So maybe there were 2 versions of the letter. Anyway, that's totally a different tangent. My mind completely went away from this particular episode, but I just thought of it right now. Also, this was the first episode where we saw the older Magnus and probably the older Franziska, I'm thinking. So for the next few episodes, I'm hoping we see more of those older versions of Magnus and Franziska, and who knows, maybe even an older Martha. I would love to see her and what her thoughts on everything is as an older person. As I said, I would really like to know what her thoughts are on being with her nephew. Personally, like at first, when I first found out that they were related, it was a little bit weird, but you know, I was completely for John and Daenerys. And I've really warmed up to Jonas and Martha. They are really cute together despite being related. It seems like you can't really escape being related in this town anyway. So if you love your aunt, just go for your aunt, I say. All right, so next up is episode 7. I'm so excited. Let me know what your thoughts were for episode 6 without any spoilers. If I've asked any rhetorical questions in this video, I don't mean for you to answer them and spoil it for me in the comment section. They're just rhetorical questions. I still want to be able to figure it out as I go, figure it out as I watch the episodes. So thank you so much for understanding. Make sure you give this video a like if you enjoyed it. It really helps me out, and it helps me know that you want to see more dark reaction videos from me. As I mentioned in my intro, my Patreon is going to be in the description box below for extra content, as well as my social media handles if you'd like to follow me there. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. It was such a good episode, and I'm excited for the next one. So I will see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen!